Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your favorite show, Let's Talk Marriage. It's exciting to be here again this Sunday. And our topic for tonight is social media and marriage. I know that all of us are involved with social media one way or the other. And I must confess that personally, I'm enjoying social media. There's a WhatsApp, there's a Facebook, there's a Snapchat, um, there's TikTok, all kinds of things. And many a times it's a place for connecting with friends, following up on events. Right now, we even go to church on Facebook. You can join the church Facebook account and be watching church services online. You can go to YouTube. It's like wherever you go, you are able to connect with somebody. And when we say connect, it's not actually connecting because when you're going to church on Facebook, nobody sees that you are in church. You don't see anybody. You don't get to shake anybody's hands. But at least you will see people in the camera, like on the video, and you will get to hear the message. So you are not losing out completely because even though you are not at church, you saw a little bit or a lot of what happened, depending on what the cameraman will decide to show you. And we realize that these days it's easier to communicate with your family and friends who are not with you because you can just call them on video. You can talk to them, see what they are doing, see if they've lost weight, see if they've gained weight, see if they are living in some nice environment. It's like it's easy to share information on social media. And we realize that with the advent of social media has come some effects. So, not everything about social media is positive. Sometimes we find ourselves getting into trouble with social media, especially the married people. And sometimes what happens is that you may have heard something or read something random, and then you just jump to, let's say, Facebook. And one thing that usually gets people is that the Facebook prompt is what's on your mind. So you just go there and you write something out of the blue, and everybody starts thinking, what's going on with this person? Why is this person so excited? Why is this person so sad? What happened to this person? Usually, the space that you're giving, I'm using Facebook because I go to Facebook a lot. So I'm citing a lot of my examples from Facebook. The space that you're giving on Facebook is not enough for you to explain everything. In fact, sometimes when you exceed a certain number of characters, then you can use the colorful backgrounds and stuff. So it's more like you are posting a summary of whatever is on your mind. And in any case, nobody has time to sit down and be explaining and giving a full lecture just because Facebook asked what's on your mind. So realize that a lot of times people get into trouble in their marriages for the things they post on Facebook. Let's discuss how some of these things come about. First of all, there are some people that when they see Facebook posts, they immediately assume, and sometimes it's not only Facebook, sometimes it's WhatsApp status, sometimes it's WhatsApp story or Facebook story, it's YouTube post, it could be anything, it could be a snap or whatever. And then they see what you posted, and all of a sudden, they don't have context to what is going on with you at the time. They don't know what you're doing. They don't know why you put it there. And instead of calling you to get a more accurate information of what's going on with you, they wouldn't. They would rather call other people and be asking, hey, so posted this. What does it mean? Even those people go a step further. There are some people that immediately they see your post, they'll just conclude. So if you're somebody who posts freely about what's on your mind, then I'm sure you are familiar with getting into trouble about your post all the time. And sometimes for married people, if you go and post about marriage, If it's not anything positive, everybody is thinking, hey, this person's marriage is in trouble. This person's marriage is not going well. People just conclude. Sometimes it may be that a popular person's marriage is crashing. People are taking sides. And right now in Ghana, there's a popular musician who had a wife, a legally married wife, and then had kids with somebody else, and they claimed there was a traditional marriage. You may be reading all sorts of things, listening to all sorts of things, and then you go and post on social media, and everybody and some people will assume, hey, it's about you. Hey, it's your story. So you can post what's on your mind, but you cannot control what people are going to do with it or what people are going to think about it. So, how do you use social media in a way that it will benefit you and not bring you all kinds of harm? And rest assured, the things you put on social media, people can go and dig 10 years what you wrote 10 years ago. The sad thing is that who you were 10 years ago may not be who you are now. So maybe you thought a certain way some time ago, but along the years, you've learned something new and you've changed your mind, but you forgot to go and change your post that you made. People are going to see it as, hey, this is what you said 10 years ago. So probably that's what you mean today. So there's been all kinds of misinformations, there's been all kinds of accusations, and some people also just make up their own stories because it's been researched and it's been proven that the more controversial a story is, the more views and likes you get. And we all know that now a lot of social media has been monetized. TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. So if you get a lot of views, you're going to make money out of it. So some people have actually made a business out of it. And now with the advent of AI, artificial intelligence, sometimes there are some videos that you don't even know whether they are true or not. So it's difficult to sift through what is true and what is not. I noticed that on Facebook, sometimes they'll put a watermark on it and let you know that this video has AI information in it. So when you are watching videos, when you are reading content, and you don't watch out carefully, you will see something that you think is true, but it's totally false. People can just sit down, imagine something, and have AI create a video. So if you're not careful, you go watch it, you take it as fact, and then you start commenting. That is exactly how you're going to get yourself in trouble. And let's not forget that whatever you put out there on social media is very hard for you to take back. There are places where you can delete your videos, you can delete your comments, you can delete your post. But some people take a screenshot as soon as you put it there. Some people may download it. So even though you've deleted it, it might not be gone. It might still be hanging somewhere out there on somebody's phone. So what we realize is that privacy is becoming more and more difficult. In fact, because of that, some people have stayed away from social media altogether. They don't want to put any post, they don't want to download any app, they don't want to sign up because they want to avoid trouble. But trust you me, the easiest way to get in touch with a lot of people is to find them on social media. In fact, social media even has dating apps. That is how people are meeting people now. They go read the same article, they make comments, they text each other, they send DMs, and they are meeting their partners. They are meeting people to marry. So, cutting yourself off of social media may not be the best way, but at least using it wisely or using it practically is the way to go. And especially for married people, we don't want social media to become a negative tool in our marriage. We want to emphasize that social media is a tool that you can use. And if you use it well, you can use it to market your stuff. You can use it to stay in touch with friends and family. You can use it to communicate with your partner, whatever. But whichever way you choose to use it, it's important that you use it practically and you use it safely so that it is a tool, but it doesn't come to control you. And now that we mentioned using it practically, there have been, hey, Sister Elsie, so nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Yes, now that we've mentioned using it practically, there are some people that are addicted to social media. They can come, like they can start scrolling and forget whatever they were doing. Maybe you are studying, you go on social media, 3 hours gone. Maybe you are cooking, you go on social media, it's dinner time, food is not ready. Maybe you're a husband, you're a wife, you come home from work, you try to relax, you pick up your phone. By the time you're aware, it's bedtime and you've been on your phone the whole time. And that is where the issues begin to come in. Hello, Mami Nikwe. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. So that is where the problem starts. How do we use social media profitably in our marriages instead of having it be a negative tool? First of all, many wives, myself included, we love a good picture. We love to share nice pictures of our family members. When it's somebody's birthday, we like to make a post on social media. When it's Christmas time, we like to share Christmas pictures. You put it on social media, everybody's going to see it. Your friends are going to see it. Your family is going to see it. So it makes it easier for you to keep in touch with friends and family, for you to show everybody without having to send it to everybody individually. Social media is also a learning tool. You can Google stuff, you can read articles, you can join support groups, you can even join cooking groups, exercise groups, marriage groups. And even now, we're on social media, we're on Facebook Live. So that's a positive way that social media can help our marriages. The negative way that social media may be affecting our marriages is when we put personal or like private issues on social media. Let's say you have a disagreement with your partner, and instead of getting advice from the people who know you and trust you, that may have a background to your issues, you go and put it on social media. There's even been people who have put videos of how messy their wives are. There was one man, he just took a phone and filmed his wife's dirty kitchen and put it on social media with his wife standing in it so everybody could see the wife's face. And he started complaining and telling everybody, see how dirty my wife is, see how messy she's made the house, she doesn't clean, and all kinds of things. So he sort of put his business out there. Social media is not for private issues. If you have issues in your home that you need to fix, your social media family are not the ones to go to. Sometimes when you go to like a support group and they are discussing things, you may pick general tips. People may be sharing things here and there, but it's just too specific for you to just get up and put a video of your wife showing your private business right there. You never know who is watching. And after you and your wife have been able to settle the issue, are you going to go back and put another video there and tell everybody, hey, everybody, we've resolved our issues and my wife has changed? You can't do that. So some of these issues, your private challenges, your private issues, you need to be able to solve it in a mature way with people that know you, with people that you know, and who are committed to helping you. Because guess what? Every time you put something out there, anybody can say anything. And like we said earlier, it's difficult to get context when you're on social media because you can't ask questions. You only see what you see. You don't know what happened before, you don't know what happened after, you don't know the people involved. If you knew all this, you would have context to the situation and therefore be able to say something meaningful. But people have their phones, commenting is free. Some people are immature, some people are young, some people do not understand. Everybody is going to say whatever they like about your private issues. And then you'll be sitting somewhere reading the comments, and then you start to feel bad. A lot of celebrities, a lot of public figures, when they read the things about them, many of them are positive, but some of them are so negative that they get so discouraged. Sometimes they have to come back out and explain or come back out and respond. And sometimes it becomes a social media battle. People will choose sides. They'll come and make their own private videos about the issue. Because guess what? Sometimes when an issue is trending, that's how people cash in. They go make other videos about the same issue. They get a lot of views and they make their money. And you never know what is going to go viral. It seems that social media has a mind of its own. It decides what to promote and what to keep private. So maybe you thought you were just putting out a simple video for your own purposes, and then it takes a life of its own. It begins to go viral. People see it everywhere. Then they start making comments. They start seeing you in a light that you don't want to see yourself. So to be cautious, to protect your marriage, it's important that you don't put your private issues out there. And if you are somebody who has seen somebody's post on social media and you are not happy and you are confused or you are concerned, the best thing to do, call the person if you really care. Call the person. And if the person is your friend, on social media you have 1,000 friends, but I'm sure you've never met 1,000 people. So there are people on there that you just know casually, but they don't really know you. They don't have your phone number. They don't know where you live. They don't know much about you. All they know is they see you on Facebook and they read your post, and that's it. It's fine. But the people who really know you, if they see anything about you, or if you are one of such people who has seen something about somebody and you are truly concerned, all you got to do is to pick up the phone, call the person. If you are close enough to go see the person, go see them. But these days, I'm not sure people will be able to make the time to just go visit everybody. But at least a phone call is not too much to ask. Call the person, find out what the background is, instead of calling other people and starting a big deal out of something that is not what it is. And you, as a married person, don't put your private business out there. Think twice before you put your marital issues. In fact, you should not put your marital issues on Facebook, unless, of course, that's what you have decided to do. But the best thing to do for your marital issues is to talk to actual people. Last week, we talked about the people that you need in your life, the people that you should have around you that you can speak to. Those are the people that you should speak to. Don't go make a video about your marital issues. You never know where it will end up. And most of the time, the people who are going to see it, they may not care. They'll just say whatever they like. And instead of helping you out, they may rather destroy what you have. You should also have it in mind that whatever you're putting out on Facebook, I think we've said this earlier, but we'll just reiterate because it's very important. Whatever you are putting out on Facebook, You may have a particular meaning for it, but you are not in everybody's mind. People can choose to interpret it however they want. So, here are a few tips for dealing with social media. First of all, like we said, to protect your marriage, don't post your private stuff. Deal with your issues privately. Not everybody should have access to your private matter. And there's an Akan saying, or there's even an English one that says that do not wash your dirty linen in public. Don't go put sensitive things out there. And the other thing is that you should develop tough skin. Just like we said, whatever you put out there, people can interpret it anyhow they want. So you may have good intentions and there may be nothing wrong with whatever you put there, but some people will still try to find something wrong with it. You never know. You just say something and you'll be taken out of context. So if you don't have tough skin, then please don't post too much. Just keep your post minimal, because you have every right to post because it's your account, but you cannot control how people will take it, and you cannot control if people will attack you or not. People will be people, they'll do whatever they want to do. So develop tough skin if you want to be on Facebook. It's not every insult that you will take seriously, it's not every issue that you follow up. Develop tough skin, so that you will not be scared to interact on Facebook, and then you will be able to use it. Mami Nikwe says she agrees with me. Thank you so much for that, Mami Nikwe. The other thing is also that you should know that everything you post on Facebook can be used against you. Like we said, you can post something today, 10 years later, somebody would bring it back. You may delete it. Mami said, social media is a two-edged sword. Exactly. It's a two-edged sword for real. And Sister Elsie says, the truth, and the truth is the internet never forgets. Exactly what we were talking about right now. 20 years from now, somebody will go pull your video. 10 years from now, somebody will go pull a comment that you made. So be careful what you put out there. Make sure you can defend it. Make sure it's whole. And even right now, law enforcement and your employers could go access your Facebook and see what you've been writing over there. If they think you hate a particular group of people, or you vote a particular kind of way, or you like particular kinds of things, or you go put something illegal on there, they can stand on your Facebook post to prosecute you. So you got to be careful what you put out there. Make sure it's legal, and make sure you are not endangering yourself. We also did say that because of AI, some things that are not even true can be put on there. And if you are not careful, you just see something, you start commenting, you start reacting, and it's not even true. So it's important that you make sure that whatever you're reading, you verify first. You can't just take everything in like it is and move with it. You need to verify, you need to make sure it's true. And in fact, it's not everything that you need to spend your time on. If it doesn't really matter to you, you can read and pass. Because sometimes when you go make comments somewhere, there have been times that I've made comments on some Facebook posts. Nobody came to say anything, nobody came to reply on Facebook. But then they sent me a screenshot and had a full discussion about it, which I liked because they didn't go gossiping about me. They came discussing stuff with me. But the point I'm making here is that you may be thinking you made a comment and you walked away. You have no idea how many people have seen it. So when you are commenting on other people's posts, be respectful and be caring, and be careful as well, because you have no idea who is seeing it and not commenting on it. The other thing is that, especially with married people, sometimes your marriage may be going through a tough time. Your marriage may be going through something really difficult. And it's important that when you are having a hard time, when you are feeling overwhelmed, if possible, just disconnect all your Facebook handles before you go and write something that you would regret later. There are some people that when they get angry, the first thing they think about, let me go make a post on Facebook. Let me go put something on Snapchat. Let me go reference some song. You know, some people have full conversations just with songs. They just choose songs with particular lyrics. And whoever they are referring to will know that they are answering to them, to whatever issue that they are having. A time that you're feeling overwhelmed, a time that you are feeling under pressure, it's not a good time to make a social media post, especially about your marriage. You don't want to put your marriage on the world stage for everybody to have an opinion, for everybody to have access. When you do that, you're not helping yourself. And you're most vulnerable when you're going through a hard time. So when you see that you're going through a hard time, hide your phone, delete your apps, don't go on Facebook. Make sure everything is settled before you come out and start saying stuff. Because if you are not careful, you go and say things that you shouldn't say. And there are a lot of people who are bored, who need some drama. And you know, drama is interesting when it's not your own drama. When it is somebody's life drama, it's exciting. You can talk about it, you can make all kinds of comments because it doesn't affect you in any way. But when it's your own drama that you put out there, that people are having fun with it, you don't go scot free. You suffer the consequences. So when you realize that you are feeling overwhelmed, just put your phone away. Just control yourself. Don't make Facebook posts. Don't make WhatsApp statuses. Don't go picking certain kinds of music to try and communicate stuff. Because sometimes after you resolve the issue, you might want to take all of that back. But by the time you're ready to take it back, it's already gone out there. The people who have screenshotted it have screenshotted it. The people who've had full blown discussions about it have had it. And now they see you in a totally different light. And it's like you just propagating your issues instead of keeping it contained and solving it. So, long story short, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're having a hard time in your marriage, to prevent yourself from just slipping up because you're vulnerable, just hide your phone. Don't post so much. Even if you want to go to Facebook or other social media, try not to post about your marriage when you're having a hard time. I know that there are some people, they'll wait until everything has blown over and then they'll come to social media to explain what happened or give their friends and family an update. I saw somebody like that last week. He said that he's been having issues in his marriage since 2019. He never said anything about it. He never, well, for me, I did see some posts that suggested that there may be issues, but he never said anything directly until last week when he did say clearly that he's getting a divorce, he's in court and all that. But like at that time, he just made a bold statement. He said what he needed to say. He was done dealing with whatever he was dealing with. It was just that it was going to be out there because once he went to court, everybody would know. But when you're in the midst of it, when you haven't decided what to do yet, that is not the time to be making posts. So when you feel vulnerable, hide your phone. Don't make posts about your marriage. Protect your marriage from Facebook, WhatsApp, and social media posts. Okay. The other thing about Facebook that is, social media that is becoming a big issue is the amount of time that spouses spend just scrolling on social media instead of having meaningful discussions, instead of having meaningful conversations, instead of spending time together. It has become a big, 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 big issue. There are times that people will come home from work and they are on their phone. They are scrolling on Facebook. They are scrolling TikTok videos. They're just having fun. They are not helping around the house. They are not getting chores done. They are not communicating with each other. Right now, in many families, mine included, if we let ourselves go, everybody's on their phone, nobody's talking to each other. So if you don't make a conscious effort to be like, okay, let everybody get off their phones and talk. We will be in the same house. We will not be talking to anybody. We will not be interacting. The thing with social media is that it seems like you are in touch with people, but they don't see you. You don't see them. If you're watching somebody's video, they don't see you watching them, unless maybe you make a comment or something. But if you just watch and move on, nobody sees you seeing them. So you're not really connecting. In your mind, you've seen the person. In your mind, you've kept in touch. But the other person did not see you doing it. So it doesn't really count. And it doesn't give that effect of connecting. So you'll be on your phone, you'll be having a serious discussion with your wife, you'll be having a serious discussion with your husband, and your wife may just be scrolling Facebook and then be laughing once in a while. Meanwhile, you're talking to them, you want them to really hear you, you want them to really have an input, you want to connect, but they're busy on Facebook. And sometimes it's like, we already talked about the fact that men don't like to have too much conversation. So it's easy to blame the men, right? It's easy to blame the husbands. That maybe the wife just wants to talk. She just wants to connect with you. But you're watching these fun videos. And these fun videos, they are not for nothing. I always say that we should be paying comedians more money and content creators more money, because entertainment is important. It releases a lot of stress. So you would rather be on social media laughing your head off, watching all kinds of videos non-stop to release stress instead of communicating with your partner. But at the end of the day, at what cost? Hello, Dr. Botti. Thank you for your comments. I just saw you. At what cost are you there on social media? Something funny happens in my house all the time. Whenever we ask our children to put their phones away and do their chores, they end up standing around talking for like 1 hour. We have to keep redirecting them. Hey, go do your chores, focus and get your chores done. The whole time we hadn't asked them to do chores, they were on their phones, they were on their computer. They didn't know that they wanted to talk to each other. The minute you take the phones away and say, go do your chores, that's when they remember they wanted to talk to each other anyway. And we find that to be very telling. When you don't put your phones away, you are cutting off the communication. You are not connecting with your spouse. By the time you are aware, you've grown miles apart and you don't even know what happened. And it seems harmless because you feel like, oh, this is just a small video. And for some people, they're like, oh, talk, I'm listening. They'll be scrolling on their phones. You think you are listening, and sometimes you've heard what the other person said. Mami Nikwe says, that is pregnant. Can you share what's behind that? So you see, when you don't actually connect, you think you're hearing, but once your attention is divided, you are not present for your partner. It's important that we discipline ourselves regarding our phones. The amount of time we're spending on our phones is becoming too much, and it's affecting marriages negatively, and it's affecting parenting negatively, because we are not spending much time with our children, and our children are also not even caring to spend time with us, because it's way more fun playing games on their phones. Mami Nipe says sometimes it's work and not social media. Perfect. But you see, as you come home with your work, in fact, we are actually talking about social media, the entertainment part. We're not talking about being on your phone for work. If you're working, you are working. But even with that, if you are coming home with work such that you are not able to communicate with your partner, that's difficult. Sometimes you have to. But the thing is, you don't have to let your work control your life. Your work is very important, but you are in charge of your life. You are the one who is able to say that, hey, from this time to this time, I'm just going to block off time and spend time with my family. The fact that it's work doesn't make it okay. A lot of people are workaholics. They will work all day, all night, and forget about the family. You will make more money, your work will grow, but guess what? Your family will suffer, and they will miss you. They also need your input. So if you make only work the important part of your life, you will reap your benefits from work, but you will be taken away from your family. We have an account saying that says if you have to, so we're 4 doors one, when you have so many farms, you still have to tend to each one of them. The one that you neglect, the one that you ignore, is not going to grow. So it doesn't matter what your reason is, as long as you're not able to make time for your family, it is what it is. Your family will still suffer. So sometimes you may have to cut back on work so that you can make time for your family. As long as you're on your phone, you're on your phone. And that's a choice that you have to make. So, if you joined us earlier, we've talked about the benefits and the disadvantages of social media. And we did say in particular that the way that social media is affecting marriages right now is that it's mostly people putting private matter or private marital issues on Facebook, and also the amount of time that social media takes away from family life, from communicating, from being present in your marriage. Those are the two main areas that we see is becoming an issue in marriages. And we've also said that you need to develop tough skin. No matter who you are, whatever you put in or whatever you put on social media, you do not have control of how people will take it. It might be good, but people may take it negatively, and you don't have any control over it. We also say that the internet never forgets. Sister also put it really nicely. She said that the internet never forgets. Once you put something out there, know that it's going to be there for a long time. If the world doesn't end, nobody knows how long. Of course, the world is going to end. If the world doesn't end soon, nobody knows how long it's going to stay there. So you need to be careful what you are putting out there. And if you want to be a caring person, if you really say that you are concerned about somebody's post on Facebook or on social media, then do the concerned friend thing. Call the person, find out if they're doing okay, find out if everything is fine. Instead of calling other people, making all kinds of assumptions and propagating things that may even not be true. So at this juncture, if there are no questions, if there are no contributions, this is where we are going to end tonight's program. And like we always do here on Let's talk marriage. My mini question says, is it advisable to have your spouse's password to his social media account? Hey, this is a big one. Oh. Is it advisable to have the password to your spouse's social media account? We've discussed this here on this program before. We said that you have access to your partner's life, you have access to your partner's body. Under normal circumstances, you shouldn't be hiding anything from your spouse. But in practicality, life happens. If you are not comfortable sharing your password with your partner, it's a clear indication that you guys have issues that you need to fix. But if you're comfortable sharing your password, I would say go ahead and share it. Your partner is supposed to know your bank account details. They're supposed to know your investment details. They're supposed to know everything about you. In fact, in case you are incapacitated, you are in a coma or you're sick, they are supposed to be the ones to make decisions for you. If they don't know these intimate details about you, how are they going to make proper decisions for you? But life happens. The best thing is that for me, I would say 100% it's advisable to share your social media password with your partner. But practically, if you can't trust your partner, then don't do it. And if you are not sharing it, then that should show you that you guys have trust issues that you may need to fix. So maybe you shouldn't look at the password for now. Look at fixing your trust issues. Why can't you trust your spouse? And sometimes for a season, it may be good because maybe you've seen that every time your spouse looks at your social media, there's a fight. Why would you want to continue having fights? You take your password back, you change your password. So until you're able to resolve whatever issues that are preventing you from sharing your password, I would say keep your password. But I wish everybody would have their spouse's social media password. Because when there's transparency, the marriage is sweeter. What are you hiding? If you are not doing anything bad, why are you hiding? So if you don't think you can do it, don't do it. But then that should tell you it's not about the password, it's about trust issues. So I wish everybody will be in the position to share their social media passwords with their partners. Happy sharing. Enjoy transparency. It's beautiful. So I don't know, Mamini Kwe, was your question answered? Are you satisfied with the answer? Does anybody else have something to say? You can quickly type it. We can all see it now as we are here. Should you share your social media password? Will you be getting in trouble or you'll be sharing the fun times? You tell us. You tell us. But for me, I wish everybody would be able to. But if you're not able, go fix the issues that you need to fix. Maminike, I'm waiting on your answer. Was your question answered? Well, maybe Maminike is away from the computer right now. Yes. So, God willing, next week, when we come your way with another interesting topic, we hope. Um, Mr. Eugene Nikre is asking that do I share my password? I did share my password with my husband, yeah. For a long time we had each other's passwords. I don't know if he still remembers, but for a long time we had each other's passwords. I will share my password any day because I have nothing to hide. Yeah, I share my password freely. Transparency is a sweet spot for me. I like to be transparent. Yeah, so that's what it is. So, if we don't have any more questions, until we come your way next week with another interesting topic, we pray that God will bless your marriage. And like we always say, it takes a good Christian to have a good Christian marriage. Have a blessed week. Just before we walk away, Sister Elsie says social media has become like Sodom and Gomorrah. Sister Elsie, I wish we could give you the floor to just expand on that statement, because that statement is really heavy. And if I understand you correctly, we are seeing all kinds of things on social media. In fact, sometimes the content that is allowed on social media, of course, social media is supposed to be for adults, it's supposed to be 18 plus. So sometimes, and not all the social media, but for most of it, to sign up for it, you have to be an adult. So sometimes when you are seeing adult content, is allowed. But for a Christian and for your own mental health, it's not everything that you should be able to listen to or to watch. There have been times that they've put content there and they've covered it and said, watch it at your own discretion. Or they'll be like, viewer discretion is advised. Some people will be watching horrible accident scenes, maybe some people fighting, all kinds of let's say erotic content. It's not everything that is available that you should watch, because once you've watched it, it will play in the background of your mind. You don't know how it's going to form. You go and sleep and start dreaming about it. Not everything on social media is healthy, and like Sister Elsie said, anybody can put anything on social media. And these days, one thing that has become really common is social media beef. People will make videos to insult people on a particular issue. The people would make videos to respond to it. People will trade insults. People will come and curse other people. People will come and perform all kinds of rituals. It's not everything on social media that you should be involved in. It's not even everything that you should be watching and consuming, because the things that your eyes see, the things that your ears hear, they affect your thinking. You may think that you just watched it and you move on, but they may be playing in the back of your mind. They will affect you some way or somehow. Some things you watch and they even affect your emotions. You are happy, you are doing well, and all of a sudden you go watch something and it makes you sad and is getting you depressed. There's no need to punish yourself with social media. It's important to be selective with what you see. Mr. Nikwe says he will share his password from now. Hey, so Mr. Nikwe, all this while, what have you been hiding? I know you had nothing to hide. Maybe you just didn't find it necessary. Okay. I'm happy that you're going to share your password from now. And Mrs. Nikwe, please, as they share the password, watch everything. Look at everything. Go see everything that Mr. Nikwe has been doing on there. Yeah. So thank you for being part of the program tonight. And we pray that God willing, same time, 6 p.m. next week, we'll be here with another interesting topic. Join us. Let's have a nice discussion. Have a blessed week. Bye bye.